Hey, Eternal.
Hello, hello.
Right, well, we're on air. There we go. Perfect timing. Welcome to Eternal. My name is Dumnus. Eternal is my co-host for this evening, and we are
Hello.
going to be watching UJO versus VKTZ. Eternal, how you doing today?
Doing all right. Just finished my match. I got here just in time, apparently. So, yeah, I'm excited to do this multi-pov with you. We haven't cast together in a long time, done this. How have you been?
I've been well. I've been well. Yes, it's been a long time. I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, we're trying something a little bit new with the, as you say, the multi POV. It's the first one of this type that I've done. So we'll see how it goes. But I think it'll
Nice.
be good. So let's get into talking about the teams. Right. So UGO, it's a new team for the season, right? And their FC is the blue champion. What do you know, Eternal, about UGO?
I have faced UJO. They are a mix of like RCN6 from last year, some old B-Way in there, some Dark in there, and Tab D for Air, I believe. Uh, Solid cohesion infantry-wise.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
They were good at setting up logistics when we faced them too, and it was hard to like try and break open their holds, especially on Nexus. They did well for uh, when we faced them in our match when we were in Gobs.
Yeah. So moving on to VCats, obviously their SC is X-Paid. Um, they've also managed to get themselves into the playoffs. What do you know and think about VCats?
Yeah. About VCats, we also faced them. We were interested
Hmm.
to see how well we do against them because we hadn't faced them last year, and there were questions about, how would Gob do against VCats, right? They have a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of players that can pop off, that can get you a whole bunch of kills. However, I think that they're kind of lacking in the medic department. If UJO, I give them a strength over VCAT to be on the medic side. They do have a lot
Yeah.
of air though, and a lot of infantry that can flex air, and that'll help them out greatly.
No, I agree. And so let's have a look. Actually, I've got some statistics. Okay. You know me,
Okay,
I'm a big
nice.
fan of the statistics. So UGO, when they played GOB on week two, they ended up losing. They got warp gated. Okay, and that was it. They got 780 kills, right, against GOBs on week two. However, VCats got 1.2k kills against Recursion at the start of the tournament, and then last week when they played Gobs, they got just under 1.5k kills. Now, to me, that indicates that VCats has more firepower, and we also see in terms of their top five fraggers, these are people who, in the last four matches, have appeared in the top five fraggers for that team at least once. You know, for VCats, we've got Ice, Heavenly Knight, Granbiera, Hyor, Junks Dude, and Cola. While for
Mhm.
UGO, we only have three players who have appeared in that top five for more than one match. You know, we've got Cheat Hammer, Uzaka. I'm sorry for the pronunciation of some of these names. It's been a
Zakao,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, and Bonafide. So only three. Um, so to me, that indicates there's going to be a bit of a kill disparity, I think. I think we should definitely expect that.
There is going to be a bit of a kill disparity in terms of like firepower for sure. I know
Mhm.
in VCAS they do have not a lot of those guys that you named were also the elite players, but there's also a couple of the B54A players that are also playing for them that can also pop off and do quite a bit of damage on their end. So definitely on the heavy side, VCATs you would think is more favored
Well,
in that
well,
instance.
the viewers agree at the moment with 87% currently in favour of VCATs. Quite a
Goodness.
substantial amount. I thought it'd be a bit closer than that. I agree. You know, VCATs has more firepower, but UGO, um, they seem to be in a good place. And in a pre-match interview, Blue Champion, who's the FC for UGO, said team morale is good, and they're really looking forward to playing in a match. While for VCats, Xpade said, you know, morale is also good, um, but we'll just see what happens. So going into now, I think going into the game very soon, we're going to be. Let's talk about some of the rules just quickly. So it's red team versus blue team. The warp gates are balanced. There's a race to cap the 3 neutral bases in the middle, going from north to south. That's Bittergorge Garrison, Granite Head, and Satcom. And basically, we get a 20-minute prep phase, which is all but done in 2 minutes or 1 minute now. And there's no bastions, colossi, no construction, and we should be expecting to see, I think, some heavy anvils and potentially some orbital strikes, and maybe a still rain or two.
Okay,
So here
cool.
is our multi POV. As you can see, on the left side we have the UJO warp gate, and on the right side we have the VCAT warp gate. Now, of course, Eternal, I want to hear your thoughts on what not only what you can see in these warp gates right now, but also the fact that VCAT is playing VS and is one of the only teams on all the servers to do so and to make it into playoffs. So, what do you think about what we can see, and what do you think about the VS factor?
I think VCATs make up for their skill with make up for them playing VS with the amount of skill that they have in
Hmm.
infantry. VCATs the size that they have in group play is not the best to deal with in air-to-air fights. And Mag Riders they're kind of underpowered unless you like get good. You can dodge the shots, but there's not much room to do that on Nexus, right? But
Yeah.
it's quite hard to gank scythes as air. So uh, or no, it's easier to gank size, but 1v1 sites are harder to deal with. So it'll
Hmm.
all depend on how well as a group they can play against each other and maybe surpass the UJO air armor that they have. But I
So
think
as we
on
can see,
the
there's
skill side is VGATs, yeah. Go
we've
ahead.
got the galaxies out for UJO on the left side, and if you're just joining us, we had VCATs on the right, and this is a player cam from Blessed, who is a UJO player. As you can see in the Reaver, which because UJO is going to be the NC, and
He has
VCATs is
Havocs
playing
on.
VS.
Yeah, those are Havoc missiles on his Reaver. Those when it hits the target cannot be repaired for a certain amount of time. So good to have it on one Reaver if you have it. So
Yeah,
that,
one or
that the
two,
twin
right?
galaxies, yeah, so that the twin galaxies can't repair each other. You can dish out some damage, and you see Apollo's galaxy about to go down. It does right before Blessed. We see that Blessed gets killed there right after.
Yeah, and that's really good because, especially because UJO have been able to keep their own galaxies alive, and we can see now there's a very slight lead in terms of kills and vehicle kills for UGO. Oh, that
Oh,
VCAT's galaxy, that was
Keebler,
close.
he's
Now,
at 1 HP.
I want to remind everyone right now that this is the first week of the playoffs, and Eternal, correct me if I'm wrong, but the loser goes out.
Exactly. So what are these two teams that are top four material? Like could be clear. Like those teams have shown in their matches that they both deserve to be in semifinals, but only one of them will go through.
So Bittergorge Garrison is where we're at now. That's the most northern base of the neutrals. No surprise that we see UJO here coming in because against they focused this. Against XG, HG, they focused it. So not a surprise. Meanwhile, I imagine VCATs will be going for Satcom and Granite Head. Speaking
Ooh,
of,
look at the armor column that we see. This is towards a Granite Head
mhm,
reactor. This is facing SATCOM if I'm not mistaken, and they're gonna head into Granite Head. It seems to try and make sure that everything's under control. Make sure there's no Sunderers that are not meant to be there. As we see Harasser and a couple of Sunnies being set up for the VCAT side. As we're still on Granite
yeah,
Head,
I
this is
like
behind
this.
C point. Yeah,
I do like
you'd
this from
need this sort of
VCATs.
control.
Yeah, I like this because you're able to manage the logistics, right? And here's the thing: Granite Head is more protected than uh what's it called?
Better,
Yeah,
better
Bitter Gorge
Gorge.
Garrison. Yeah, way more protected from the air, right? And so that amount of vehicles, with the Rep Sunder as well, you can see that on the minimap. That's really going to help them to take this base.
Look at the amount of vehicles that are outside for VCATs, though. Sure, UJO have control of the points there, and it's a slow cap. Okay, fine, but They really have to rely on getting a Bitter Gorge uncontested and then trying to focus this. And that doesn't mean that VCats can't rotate all of their logistics over the Bitter Gorge and try and contest that too. As we see, it's already happening a little bit. Beacon
Yeah, this
being
is a delay
dropped at B
tactic.
point. Yeah, that's what you want to do if you're VCats, right? Make sure that you delay this here. Make sure that UJO doesn't get this uncontested. Make them use their nanites a little bit. Maybe steal this towards the end. You don't want to leave them too comfortable, right? And I don't see any logistics up for UJO here. Despite them have usually NC has the better armor, right? In the Vanguard, people rave about the Vanguard being so powerful on Nexus. There's
Well, I
not
don't think
much
UGO
to be
have.
had.
UJO clearly haven't invested into the vehicle game. They've decided to
Yeah.
go for air control, and I mean, we saw photon pods a second ago. Perhaps it's not working for them, and that max going down, that granite head. Oh yeah, it looks, yeah. Honestly, VCats are well set up here on granite head now, aren't they? Look at all those vehicles. That's what, 2
I mean,
squads I'd say at granite head alone.
if UJO doesn't have air control here, as we're looking at Blessed's POV here, he's holding on C point balcony side towards point room. He's taking a look around, see if I see a beacon up for his squad. He's in Bravo squad. Yes, I do see a beacon up for him. So the logistics are still there for his squad, and he's gonna take
That's
a
a
look at
lot.
B point.
It's good. Yeah,
Loses
good thing there's a
the
medic.
good
Good
thing
thing
there's
there's
a
a medic
medic
there
holding
straight
him,
away.
right? And I
Yeah.
think they have the air control UJO, so that helps them out a little bit, right? If they do
A and B
maintain it. I
points are
don't know
both
what's
flipping right now. A and B points both
that.
flipping at granite head. But I think Bitter Gorge is just stalled. If we can, yeah, here we go.
Oh,
Switching
Bittercourt's in
over to Bitter
control of
Gorge.
VCats now. What is the pop looking like at, if we can take a look at the pop over at Bitter Gorge real quick. I don't know how many each team has over. That could be good to show if we have it. But B point gonna be in control in UJO for now. ANC in control for VCats. I do not see any Reavers in the air, so VCats seemingly has air control. And look at the armor coming in. You gotta think
This
that
is really
Sunder's gonna set up on B
strange.
point. Yeah,
Where's, because we,
UJO.
we haven't seen UJO's Air Force right outside the opener. Did they all go to infantry?
I wonder what they are doing, and this B point hold, as this is Naya's perspective that we're seeing, he's still in the air trying to fight off a couple of sides on his lonesome. I don't see much air next to him on his mini map.
Oh, that's a
UJO, I think they
galaxy
went
shot
for a
down.
Valk drop. They try to go
Yeah,
for a Gal drop or something, and
that's
it's
poor.
not gonna pan out. Naya is gonna. He died next to his own Nexus. That's gonna be a little tough. We see a bit of an air repull for UJO, but what's going on at Bitter? Is it close to capping? And granted, ahead now we're gonna see that that's capping as well. Bitter Gorge, UJO only in control of B point, and ANC in control of VCats, and I think B point is gonna be lost at this rate with the beacon that's up. C point's flipping now. Oh, this might be close.
Yeah, see, when you've got this much air control like VCAT has, right, like, getting that A point if you're UGO is going to be really difficult. And even the C and B point, right, when you're dropping in on those beacons, right, you're just going to get air to ground straight away. So, if they can actually get
Oh.
Bitter Gorge 25 seconds, if they get this, this is really
All of the
important.
armor for VCats has to get out of their mag riders and get on point if they want any chance at securing this. And A point is not I'd say is the easiest to take back, if anything. So UJO can be content with keeping B and C here, and hopefully there's not much drops happening elsewhere. But
Oh,
of
A point's
this
flipping,
happening like
that's
this,
it, Bitter Gorge. Bitter
oh,
Gorge
there we
goes through.
go.
UGO
That is
takes first
massive.
blood.
But look at Granite Head though, it's still in control of VCats. It's still flipping for VCats on the mini-map that we see above. Maybe we get a flip towards it and we can take a look at what's going on over there. As there's still fighting happening. They really want to make sure that there's no timer happening here. UJO said, there you go, you see? So Argent Pass is flipping on the background. They've managed to get the cap added, so Bitter Gorge can no longer be capped. There is a Sunday setup, perfect, and there's a Max coming in.
Wow.
They're going to set up very well over. Granite Head does go over to VCats. So
Can we appreciate though how they've got a Sunderer set up at Argent Pass when we saw all those vehicles at Bitter Gorge? Like,
that is
how has
very
that been
surprising.
missed? How has that been missed? Where is there a breakdown in communication? Didn't no one notice?
VCats must be kicking themselves, and look at all the Valks coming in. This is the classic call sign for VCats coming on to a point on live. You know there's gonna be like 4 to 6 Valkyries coming in, and there's the PPA that has quite a nice angle onto the point, but I don't think he's doing enough damage. on his own, he's not going to do much. And I think they identified the Sunday on the backside and killed that. So that's good for VCats, that is. It's still 1 minute bot, and there's 2 maxes in here. This is going to be hard to breach for VCats. I would like to see some barriers set up from the engineers. If they do have any set up. Caltrops maybe, just to make the push a little more difficult for VCats. Granite Head has been flipped. Yeah, go ahead.
I really like this play. Really like this play from UJO currently. They're putting some serious pressure here on Argent Pass, and they've
They wanted the maxes die.
Granite Head. It looks like it. One of them one of them's definitely dead there.
Yeah, one of them has definitely died, and there's going to be a big push happening here. I don't know what the pop is looking like, but it seems like VCats have committed a lot of infantry to try and take this back. That if you don't include the air that has been committed here as well. They have at least bought themselves a minute.
Right, let's flip over to Bitter Gorge, because I'm really interested to see what the setup here for VCats is at Bitter Gorge. This is Granite Head with 1 minute 40, going for a quick cap currently.
Full flips, but there's no logistics up. I don't think there's any logistics up for... Yeah, there we go.
Okay, this is bad for UGO, because it doesn't look like they've got anything. Yeah, I can't see anything. I mean, okay, they're getting the C point, trying to buy some time. But with the air control firmly in VCats' favour, that's going to cause them some serious problems.
Yeah, and trying to go for Granite Head, I see the Sunday being set up on the mini-map in the K between B and C. That's going to help UJO if that does stay up. But hey, congrats on Battle Rank 5. But UJO here with their hold, it's looking quite tenuous if it's all infantry and just beacons being set up for respawns. If the Sunday can stay up long enough and they can get maxes in, now that's going to be interesting. But are they going to really be okay trading Bitter Gorge for it is the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would be okay with that. Like, at the moment, you have the timer, you have so much time on Granite Head that actually you could pull out some population and probably re-secure Bitter Gorge. But the issue with that is the air control for VCats it's firmly in their favour, right? So if you're going to do that, you might expend a bit too much resources when you're trying to do that. That's good double peeking there from UGO, but they got blasted. But
they still have medics up. There's less perspective. Less, also known as Bonafide, that you're going to fight on NC. Seems like on their end. So that Sunday is still up in the cave, which is very good for UJO. If they can keep control of these 2 points at B and C, I would like to see them commit an infiltrator or 2 to try and get A control. However, it does seem like they're losing B for a little bit. They're holding at this top of fat stairs here as they've given VCats some control. They're regrouping. And they should get a push going. They should realize that there's not many down here for VCats, that they do have a max. But more and more infantry are rotating here for VCats as they're getting control back. But UJO kind of playing passively. It is working against them. Resonate's coming out. And let's see if they can get the push going.
Massive C4
nice C4.
And good jump down. However, let's just take a moment to realize that while this has been happening, right, this massive population sink for UJO, they've lost Bitter Gorge, and now they're also losing
Slate Canyon.
Slate Canyon. And that's a lot of armor. Yeah, armor, Sunderers, they're going to be VCats to move seriously well set up here at Slate Canyon.
See Ghoulbot spawning in. He might try and he's just trying to survey the situation, maybe give some information for UJO. However, a lot of the battle is happening here, and it would be worth it if UJO tries to get Granite Head, or does manage to get Granite Head. However, not knowing how the population is going here, I don't know how much pop each team has here, how much they've had committed. There's going to be a bit of a drop again on C point, but B point no longer in control for them. I don't know if the Sunday's still up for UJO in that cave, but it seems like UJO on their last legs here, as they're finding it out rather valiantly.
I think they've resecured Slate Canyon. I think they pulled out to re-secure Slate Canyon and just left some people here at C point.
Satcom goes in the
Satcom
way of
goes through.
UJO. Yeah.
Slate Canyon is now resecured. You can see that. Yep, Slate Canyon's been resecured, but there's still VCAT's armor here, so we
Solano
might
gonna
get.
try and go on point and resecure. I don't know how much pop UJO has. I guess the point has been completely empty. Solano's gonna go on point and resecure it maybe. This
Look
is
at
what's
this
going on in the
VCAT's
air.
air. Yeah,
If
that's
you've been
it.
on
Yeah,
live, if you've been on live for a little bit, you know how much VCATs like their twin galaxies, and they have many that are able to just go ahead and use them and get air control that way. A big boon for their faction whenever they have those two galaxies up. And
it's
yeah.
it's a shame that UGO that their back capping game hasn't been on point today. You know, they missed earlier an opportunity to back cap Granite Head when they took Bitter Gorge and had the back cap on Argent. They've just missed another opportunity there with
Oh,
Arazek, and that's a good kill, but you're not on the map. They're losing. They're
right.
losing
He's doing as much
Satcom.
as he can, and he's getting chased here.
Oh, yeah, he dead.
Uh,
Oof.
Straight into map screen. Don't want to know who killed you. The Sunday is still up. It's about to go down. It just went down for UJO. So this is gonna be their last push. They have A and B point. C point with this push, I believe they can get it. If they do, however, it's gonna be.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah,
all
they've got
depend on
that
how
point.
much time. They gotta be able to hold it for however much time they have. I think it's 20 seconds after C point gets completely flipped. This might actually go in the way of UJO if this stays
Yeah,
this
this
way.
you
Oh,
do
B
is
point
definitely.
though.
Oh no, send the squad. You've
Oh
got a whole
no.
squad sitting there.
The VCats have
Oh,
full rotated over. VCats have full rotated over, I believe. And oh, B point is now going to be in control. There's 30 seconds left, and A point is way too far away. There's no Sunderer there.
that's
There's no
rough.
logistics there.
That's
UJO have
rough.
their work cut out for them. They have a max, sure. It's bona fide in the max, actually. But he's already half health. That shield didn't help him out that much.
Yeah, to the 16 people who bet on UJO right now in the chat, unlucky.
Hey, A and C is
Unlucky.
still up. A and C is still up. It's still possible. As 12 seconds left, 11. They're trying to hold C point. A bit of a drop happening at Granite Head C point. And UJO, it's a bit stuttering for us now. What is happening?
UJO, get
0
it.
seconds left. Oh, they do get it. That is insane.
That's a
But
really
look
good
at the
cap, but look what it cost them. And I'll tell you what it cost them, Eternal. Everything. They haven't got the back caps in place, so they're already losing Granite Head. And they're losing Slate Canyon and Arazek.
Yeah, they needed to have someone over at Hydroponics or it's Nexus Secure, one of the two. I don't remember now, but oh, is that an orbital that went over at Slate Canyon? Yes, it is.
It
That
is,
is a
and
UJO orbital. Yeah.
that Sunder might go.
Oh my goodness. Good night to whoever Sunder that was. You got blasted, good sir. As an
I don't know
anvil
why you
just
wouldn't just
popped off.
drive under the bridge, right? Just drive under the bridge. You're not going to go anywhere.
At times like this, sometimes panic gets over you and you don't know what the hell to do. Even if you're in a max, right? It's like, oh, orbital's happening. Where do I go? Where do I go? And you
Yeah,
just find
true.
yourself, okay, well, there's no time left. I accept my death, right?
Did
Look
you
at how
see that
many
air to
maxes.
ground? You see the air to ground
Yeah.
over there? That was a waste of nanites.
Oh my goodness. And look at the air to ground that's so prevalent for VCATs right now. And you saw how many maxes were being committed over to this hold. As we're seeing a blessed perspective. Oh, he's going straight in. He doesn't care. He
Oh,
gets one, he gets
what a
two,
flank!
he gets three. That's good, but the medics are just going to get those players up. There's no one with him. He needs resonates. He needs people doing that exact same push with him, and no one's on the same page. Or they got harassed by the air to ground outside and got completely shredded to pieces. They can't follow
Oh,
through, and it looks like VCATS has more pop, and they should be able to take this.
the armor investment that VCAT's put in at the start of the game, where they drove through Granite Head and then went up to Bitter Gorge, right, has paid some serious dividends, right? Because now they're going to
Very
be able
much,
to
yeah.
pressure UGO's Nexus. And although UGO has got the timer of Arazek flipping back in their favour, they haven't got anything else going for them. And now they have to
Now,
worry about their home base.
now VCATs, they can fall into the sort of a trap that we have seen happen multiple times here. So UJO is gonna take care of this a little bit, but we have seen teams fall into the trap of trying to overcommit to the enemy nexus, putting a squad or maybe more than a squad over there, and uh, neglecting the rest of the map, right? We've seen it
Hmm.
yesterday
Hmm.
happen, Tura versus Our. Our almost got uh, burned hard. They
Yes,
almost got
actually,
lost 6-3 when they tried and push Nexus, and their gambit completely failed. But
actually,
they managed to
I
secure the
like.
map.
Actually, there's also a bit
Yep.
of a historical precedent for VCats trying to do this, exactly what you've just mentioned, which is over committing to the Nexus, and
Right.
and they are
Yeah.
backcapped right now because the first ever season of on Nexus, sorry, yeah, on the
I remember
Nexus
who did
Battleline.
who. I wonder who did that to them.
I wonder who pulled off that map play. Anyway, um, speaking of the map, so the UJO have managed to get the cap going at Slate Canyon. They've also managed to get a cap going
Look
at
at the
both
timers.
Bitter Gorge, is it Hydroponics Compound, Argent Pass, but then Granite Head and Satcom are also flipping. What is
Look
going
at
on? Every
There's
base
a
is
lot of
flipping.
caps. Every base is flipping. But did you see Granite Head for a second there? There was two Sundays set up, and look at the armor that was placed around the base. No one is gonna get to those Sunders and kill them in one shot.
Yeah.
Those Sunders are being manned. They have security guards placed on like overtime trying to defend those things. Sunny tried to be set up by UJO. It seems like a stealth Sunday. I don't know why you put a stealth Sunday underneath when people know that people are going to place Sunders under there. Get a deploy bus, maybe. But they're going to get the bus down there safely, it seems, as there's no armor for now. UJO has a lot of people set up in there, but
Oh, the
no
Bessie, good
maxes.
shot.
Very
Good
nice.
shot on that out of ground. And yet,
Oh,
the delay tactic here at Granite Head. Oh, that's a bad miss. That's rough. Last case,
that's rough.
tearing them apart.
Yeah. Run ahead now. 8 point. Gonna be delayed a little bit by UJO Bravo squad as they are gonna go down as they are outnumbered and outgunned, unfortunately
Okay, let's flip.
for
Let's
them.
immediately flip over to Bitter Gorge. What's happening now, please?
This looks like Slate Canyon still. They
Yeah.
got a max in finally. UJO said this is good for them. Oh, and I see that Krazel Liberator that has done a whole bunch of damage in other games.
Okay,
Right
Bitter
now,
Gorge.
Bitter
Oh,
Gorge.
that
Oh,
got
they're
pretty
close to getting
close.
capped. They're close to getting capped still. They still have some players
If
here.
you,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll tell you what would be really cool, right? If UGO keep a bit of a delay cap going at Bitter Gorge, and they take
Oh,
Hydroponics and Argent Pass sorry, Slate Canyon at the same time, that would give them so many options on the map.
I don't like the play for going to A here from UJO here. I'd rather they go for C as it is much safer to try and hold with a squad, like half squad in between. And Granite Head is gonna go for VCats. It's gonna make it 6-3.
Okay, where is that squad that was defending Granite Head? Where's that going for UGO? Because they have a lot of options. Slate Canyon, I think, would be the wrong choice. I think they either need a save Satcom hub, or they need a is that
Make
hydroponics
sure.
compound?
I think it's hydroponics compound that is
Yeah,
slipping, or
and
Nexus
they need
secure room.
yeah, they need a hit either. Yeah, that's definitely hydroponics. They need to hit that.
Oh, it's about to go through. Oh, they're too late.
Too late.
4 seconds, 3. Unless one of the pilots go on to B point right now. Nope.
No.
It's gonna be
Oh, their
seven to
gambits
two now.
failed. Their gambits
And what about
failed.
the forward base? What about the forward powerhouse? It's still
That
flipping
one's
in the
going to
way
be
of
secured.
UJO.
Is it?
No, still
Can we
flipping in the
go
way
for
of
that?
UJO.
Production? No, not this one, the other one.
No, the other one, the one that's forward for UJO. It's in VCAT's territory, behind Satcom.
Pretty sure it's hydroponics. They're probably just getting someone over there now. So this is,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like Slate Canyon's going to go through. They might have a little bit of time left to get Bitter Gorge. Yeah, Slate Canyon's definitely gone through. You can see the VCAT's actually driving away from that base now. This base is definitely secured.
Yeah. They're
There's
just
not
keeping
going to
them
be any.
busy here, like
Yeah.
keeping damage on the infantry there, keeping them from redeploying. It is a good thing. But now they're gonna redeploy and go somewhere else and see what they can do elsewhere.
Right.
Because now
Let's
they're
have a
down
look at
six
these
to three.
timers. Okay, no, not that one. Not Nexus Omega. Okay. Yes,
Oh,
hydroponics
there we go.
compound.
Oh, wait.
No
No
worries.
problem. So this is capped, but we don't have a timer. Is it flipped completely? I don't see the timer on Angry
It
Bird's
can't.
screen.
No. So this is a delaying tactic here from VKTZ on hydroponics. Are we able to look at Nexus Secure Substation, please?
Nexus, yeah, that this would be
Here we
it.
go. Yeah, okay. So
Secure.
they got some decent time on it, and then they went back. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right, going back to our regular scheduling. Bit of Gorge Garrison, we're back, and we can see the timers here. We've got a bit of an attack going at Bit of Gorge, Granite Head, and
Oh my
Awazek,
god, the
as well
PPA.
as an attack at Nexus Secure Substation. So there's good. So currently all 4 VCAT bases are flipping, which could be flipped. But for how long? Where does UJO? Where do they focus their forces
Oh
now?
my god. Oh, the Mustang. If that would have been a rotary, that Scythe would have been gone. But Scof is gonna live to see another day, I think. Unless now I can get the kill. Oh, he does
Good
get it.
shot.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Gonna run away there. A B point. Now that the timer is completely gone for like, there's no timer anymore here at Bitter. VCats can go ahead and head to Slate Canyon and get the timer going again over there. As Granite Head, we do see ANC currently flipping for UJO. UJO should get C point here as they do win the kind of scuffle or the skirmish happening here.
Right, so
Time's gonna take.
let's have a look at with 20 minutes left. Let's have a look just
Yeah.
real quick. As you can see, right, UJO 600 kills, VCAT's 844. However, there's about a 200 res difference between VCAT's and UGO in UGO's favour. So although they're dying more, their medics are actually most of the time able to bring them up. This is, and you know, when we look at bases like Bitter Gorge, right, if you're able to actually have better medic play, right, you're going to be able to do some damage if you, as long as you have your resonades. And Nexus Secure Substation is flipping again. I love this. I love this.
This is cut off. Yes, you might be thinking, how is UJO get this? Well, they already had the timer from when they had SATCOM connection, so they can just keep getting VCATs over here, and VCATs is not going to be able to. Well, I think they have already timer at SATCOM, if I'm not mistaken. So they just want to make sure
Yeah,
UJO doesn't really get the flip.
yeah. It's the the SATCOM timer is going, but look at this pressure on Bitter Gorge and Granite Head. It's good. It's good pressure, but it's all about now. I'm looking at the FC. I'm looking at Blue Champion here to get his concentration of forces correct, right? Where do you want to go all in? You've got 18 minutes left, right? Where do you go all in and when?
I think it has to be Granite Head. If it gives you the most options to branch out if you do get it, right? It gives you access to Nexus Secure if you want to drop your forces back here. If you do eventually lose the timer, it gives you access. It still gives you Bitter Gorge if Bitter Gorge the timer does run out and they head to Slate Canyon VCATs. It would give you the most options. I can see them going for Bitter just to have the forward air spawn, but they haven't been doing too well in the air already, Yujo. So I would think that they would go for Granite Head, but timer is flipping again at Nexus Secure. UJO is being very persistent. They want to make sure that they spread VCATs thin.
See, but here's the thing, right? They're investing so much into Nexus Secure Substation, and it's
Right.
ballsy, right? It's a risk, and I love it when, you know, Force Commanders, they take risks, especially in games which are going to be close, as we see VCAT here wipe them off the point. My point is this. When you put that much in investment, when is there now a negative return in that investment? Because we're seeing UGO now get wiped off Granite Head, right? It looks like they're
Yeah.
losing at Bitter Gorge as well. They're making progress at Satcom Hub, but they've lost again like 3-5 fights all at the same time. So this is actually it's a great time for the Force Commander to perhaps attack Bitter Gorge, because it looks like the timer there. Yeah, here we go, Bitter Gorge. Yeah, thank you. Right, so the timer here, it's so close. I don't
This
think
is
if that
the lack
squad
of
from
armor.
Nexus Secure Substation, if that squad of UGO comes to this base, that should turn the tide. and then you can take the people who were at Granite Head, you take them to Sacrum Hub. All of a sudden, you're now winning 5-4.
Right, but again, they need to allocate their forces, but the lack of armor is really costing UJO here. No armor means no ground control and no logistics, no Sunders being placed forward. They got that miraculous Sunder forward when they tried to get a back cap earlier. That shouldn't have happened. Like, that's a mistake on VCats more than that was foresight from UJO, right? With how much armor that they had. And we can see Blessed POV here. Not much in the way of logistics here as well for UJO here, because again, no armor control, no air control. So you're not going to be able to get Sundies up, and you're just relying on beacons most of the time to try and retake points.
This is rough. Taking the B point when you've and like using that as your main point when you've got no air control.
That's a death sentence.
That seemed not well thought through, and as you can see, they're losing as well. Hydroponics compound in the top right there, and I think they've lost every fight. They're just taking too long now. They got to concentrate their forces, UGO, because otherwise this is game, set, and match. And don't forget, everyone, this is a elimination match.
Yeah. UJO, if things stand the way they are or it get worse for them, they will be out of the tournament. And they will go on to face Gob in the... well, VCats would go on to face Gob in the semifinals.
And it looks like it's going to go that way because, honestly, okay, yeah, good resecure there, I guess, for UGO, but look at all those Sunderers from VCats that's still alive with Mag Riders. There's 3 Mag Riders, there's a Scythe, there's 2 Sunderers. Make that 4 Mag Riders now.
When a repair Sunday can allow itself to deploy and undeploy and still play with the armor, you know that your armor game is going very poorly. Like, now VCats is going to push into here again, and they should be able to secure this quite handily and get the timer going in their favor again.
Yeah, the combined arms play here from VCats has been really good so far this match. UGO just haven't had an answer.
And Granite Head, I don't think they can get a cap on it anymore. They cannot get a cap on Granite Head anymore. If they do lose the timer at Bitter Gorge completely, and Slate Canyon goes, it's over. Yeah.
No, that's it. Like, this is it. 14 minutes to go. You've had no answer to their combined arms. You've had no answer to being able to combine your own arms effectively. With less than 40 minutes to go. This is, I mean, yeah, like, well, let's be real, right? Okay, yeah, we've seen some max play from UGO, right? But that's it, right?
The map play, is certainly problematic. Yeah, for UJO. I would like to see them, instead of, like, it's good to get control of hydroponics compound again when there's this much time left, but while you're playing risky already with like timers, why not put more pop in their Bitter Gorge and try to secure that and open some more doors for you?
Well, I mean, if you look at Bitter Gorge right now, that's what, 4 galaxies. So much population there from VCats.
If this timer goes to 0, it's over, because VCats is sure to have someone at Slate Canyon with the timer to get the back cap going, and once that timer goes, and with the setups there, it's gonna be over, you gotta think.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at how many have spawned here for VCats. They're sure to get the timer back here. I don't know what the pop situation is right now. We don't know how much pop each outfit has at the moment, but they're gonna try a bit of a door 3 push. They're kind of they're not really pushing into the point. VCats, a bit of them have resonates coming in.
UJO, they've got no control, they've got no cohesion, and they've got no hope of getting out of this situation they find themselves in. Look at the mini map. Look at that. Look at the air, the vehicles. It's over.
And Slate Canyon has flipped already. Yeah, this is looking done and dusted.
Ding, ding, ding.
We have a winner.
And a late air pull. Again, this late air pull, I mean...
Did those galaxies die at all? Can we look at... do we have stats that we can look at?
Yeah, I've asked.
You guys have the overlay set up? Okay.
I have asked.
Sold
Yeah,
already.
we haven't got access to that currently, but we will soon.
Okay,
And
we will soon.
I'll bring that up. I'll bring that up. But UJO, they played risky, and I respect that, right? But what I don't respect was the lack of backcapping, right? And the lack of moving their forces in such a way that they could concentrate them at the right point, right? And that was ultimately why they've lost this match. That, and as we said in the pre-match analysis, right? Look at the kills. Look at that kill differential, right? VKTZ have 400 more kills than UGO.
It is staggering.
400
Yeah,
more.
I mean, sure, UJO has a lot more reses. That's kind of normal. If you're dying more, you'd be able to res people more, and if you're more
Exactly,
compact.
and it doesn't, and the difference doesn't account for
Oh,
an extra 200 kills.
orbital. That's a UJO
So
orbital, but what are they gonna do with this orbital though? This is
that's gonna.
oh goodness. I mean, the max is gonna die. Okay, are you gonna be able to get this point cap back in your favor? Okay, no problem. So it looks like we're not gonna get stats this time around. I don't know if I can go and check them out myself, actually. We may not be able to get them on stream, but it might give
Yeah,
us
yeah, we might be
some.
able to talk about them.
Right, yeah. I just don't know what.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
I
we can talk about them.
I can find them here. I
We'll do
do
that in a
have
hot
it.
minute.
Yeah, okay, so I already have, okay, so I have the stats in front of me, so I can talk about them real quick. So, top killers, my goodness. So Ice leading with 108 kills right now. Uh, very well. He's 38 kills over the next person highest. Slugcat with 70, Hadley Knight with 69, Bloody Glitch with 51, Last Kaze with 51. For UJO, the top killer only has 52 kills.
I mean, right. So we talked about it in the pre-match analysis, right? We talked about
Yeah.
those players. We talked about
Yeah.
Ice, right? We talked about was it Heavenly Knight as well? I
Yeah,
think
Heavenly
yeah,
Knight we have talked
Heavenly Knight
about.
Granbia, right? Both of them, they've shown up today, they've performed, right? And then we look at, I mean, Cheat Hammer's there for UGO, but we're missing. Yeah, Bonafide is missing, and so
High All wasn't there. I mean, if top killers for if I look back at yeah, Bonafide wasn't even there. We have Miniski with 54, J Moore with 48, Punk with 45, Cheat Ham with 40 that we have named earlier, and Myung Jun with 40. So Punk I know can frag too. He was one of those heavies that I know can really pop off. But
yeah,
not
I
seeing
wanna.
Lest and Lorenze up there too. Probably because they're leading. Uh, they're certainly struggling on the infantry department. If we look at domain kills,
Yeah, look at
75%
the
of
difference.
VCAT's kills have been infantry. Air 17%. You know the air has had a ton of fun. They were rarely contested, and those galaxies stayed up. They can repair and they can stay up and keep harassing the UJO infantry. 89% of kills of UJO's kills were infantry. Only 8% were air, and 3% were maxes. So we did see some good max usage from UJO, but they didn't really account for most of their kills. You would like to see more kills happening for the maxes if they do pull them that
I mean, the
often,
fact.
right?
Look, Eternal. The fact that a quarter of VCAT's kills comes from their combined arms, right? While not, barely 10% of UGOs comes from their combined arms, just goes to
Right.
show that, you know, when it comes down to air control, right? We know it's important, right? We know it's the most important domain to win. They didn't win it today. And you say that like they got barely contested. That's because VCAT's played in such a manner where they were so comprehensive in their air control, they were able to do that.
Yeah, Saint, I could delete your message. Don't call me that, bozo. Uh, yeah, VCATs are really dominating with that air and armor control, and it shows. We've seen it. Been able to harass UJO infantry wherever they went. Sure, we've seen Naya's perspective trying to repull. It is easy to repull if you have the ASP for it and you have the modules to reduce those discounts that you can use to
Hmm. Hmm.
reduce nanite costs. But at the end of the day, if you're outnumbered in the air and those galaxies stay up, you're really on the back footing.
Yeah. So again, this is a playoff match. It's elimination, and UGO It's less than 7 minutes now. It is over 100%. It's mathematically 100% this time if possible. Unlike a certain KN1 match back in the day.
I remember that. Yeah, throw them into the garbage. There's no way that they can come back.
Yeah, then they went back and won it.
Write them
Eat my
off.
words.
Hey, we proved you wrong there.
Indeed.
That was a
indeed.
good time. That was a fun cast to rewatch.
Yeah, it was good. And that was a tri-cast as well, I think. Anyway.
That was, yes.
Yeah. So, UGO, if we're looking for silver linings, right, because someone in the chat said I was being harsh, right? I was being harsh. Me being harsh? I don't think so. Anyway, right. A silver lining is, hey, you didn't get warp gated. Congrats. See, even my silver lining, Eternal, it sounds like I'm being an asshole.
If you want to see us being harsh, you haven't seen us cast HKLA versus Toes in Lane Smash.
Oh my god.
That was harsh. Dumbness is reliving nightmares right now as I'm talking about it. Like, he wanted to pull his hair out. He was ready to, like, quit PlanetSide forever after watching that match, and I was laughing the entire way. It was fun for me, but for Dumbness.
Well, listen, I mentored one of those teams and it was a total disaster. Anyway.
You're rocket potting me in 2 weeks, Saint. I hope to see you in 2 weeks. I hope both our outfits make it in finals and we face each other.
Yeah, playing is for schmucks. Casting is where it's at.
I know, right?
I think I want to bring up. Let me bring up the top spawns here. So there's actually not a difference in spawns here. 576 for VKTZ, 543 for UJO. Which I'm kind of surprised about. I thought there'd be a bigger disparity there.
I think, does it count beacons though?
It does, and I bet most of UJOs are beacons, and most of VKT, or not most of VKTs, but a significantly less proportion will be beacons. Like, 73 spawns on a beacon would be pretty difficult to do in a 45-minute match.
VKTs versus Hour for statue. Is it possible that they both lose? Okay, buddy. That would be an interesting matchup. VKTs versus Hour, if that does happen. UJO did beat Hour, but it was kind of a close affair between UJO and Hour in their match. Oh, nice kill by Naya Antoskov again, as he's gonna try and go for another scythe here.
No,
kind of losing out. Oh, he's saving it. He's saving it barely. Oh my god, very nice. Felzy gonna go down. Very nice movement in evading the shots and making sure his lands. Is this gonna be a cap for UJO? They're gonna get back to 2 bases.
Oh no, 1 second to go. No,
not like this. Not like this. Why are you holding stairs? Get your bodies on point, UJO. Oh no, you guys needed to be on point like 30 seconds ago. Oh my goodness. No, not like this.
And you see how they're all of the stairs there? They will die to the C4.
Oh.
Yeah. Where were the shotguns?
I know, right? Where are the jackhammers? Wait, let me look at top weapons real quick.
Where's the point and click? You're playing NC. Inside the building.
So in the top 5 weapons.
Oh no.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
You're dead.
Oh, he's a racer. Oh, yeah, good night. You're not getting one kill. Yeah, goodbye. Oh, you have to zoom in on his corpse after that. No! As there's more UJO trying to drop in. They're getting shredded left and right. I see a Mustang, an air hammer.
Yeah, that was an air hammer, yeah.
Yeah, but he dies as he crashes. More UJO dropping in. They really want this point back. This is
the only base they can cap. This is the only base they can cap.
It's the consolation prize if they do manage to get in and cap it, but they're not yet on point. They're not yet on point. I'd like to see the bottom stairs push.
Oh, that's harsh, bro.
Why are you showing corpses to us? Hey, the cameras are harsher than we are. The producer's showing these corpses, not us.
Yeah, PSB confirmed bias against UGO. But it's okay because they're out the tournament now, so it doesn't matter.
Orbital strike. Orbital strike as UJO gets point back 2 orbitals. Oh, goodbye. Good night. Oh my goodness, look at how many has. Oh, did they have a resonate? Okay, that resonate was poorly placed. It only res 1 person. Oh, no, it res people downstairs. As there's a minute left before they cap this. VCats, are they gonna give it to them?
No.
Oh my god. He died to the scythe.
Just Desi that scythe, bro. It's
That
just
scythe.
sitting there.
Oh my god. That is frustrating to watch when we're like, sure, in the moment we can criticize that because since we're watching. Oh, there
Oh,
we
okay,
go.
there you
There you
go.
go. You
There
got
you
your
go.
wish. You got your
Yeah,
wish. It died.
finally. It took forever.
Look
You
at
can
that.
see
Look at where
for
that
that
Liberator's playing. That Liberator doesn't care.
that did more damage though for VCats there because it blocked the sight lines. Oh,
Oh,
look at that
VCat's gonna
first
go in
photograph.
again. Look at how much C4 they committed. It's not over. The fireworks are still going. And UJO is gonna get annihilated here.
Oh, that's. I didn't. I feel uncomfortable watching that. Can we get a viewer discretion as advised, please?
You know what? You know what Sulfur was telling me he could do? He was preparing to do some instant replays for the next time. I know, but not now, but for future matches. Maybe get an instant replay. That was an instant replay worthy moment. How
Yeah,
C4
like
could be used
if we could get that
properly.
like slow mo,
Oh my
just
goodness.
pure death and destruction.
You want Zulfer's PC to suffer with all of that information going through. If I look at top weapons real quick, we had the Gossot first, Punisher second. So Gossot 357 kills. Okay, respectable. Why are you staring at corpses? They're all dying.
Oh
We get it.
no.
They're dying. The cameramen are harsher than we are. I swear. We're not the ones controlling the cam. Oh man. And then we had the Punisher of all things at 85 kills. After that, then we had the Gossot S for some reason at 52 kills. Then we have the SAS R at 47 and the Mustang at 46. So no jackhammer, no shotguns, no GD7F on medics or
Might as well not
whatever.
even play NC at that point. And we have finally confirmed VCats have managed to win 8-1 against UGO. They've made it into the semi-finals, like the next stage of the playoffs. Where do we know who they're going to play Eternal?
It, So, if I'm not mistaken, if we look at the brackets, usually how brackets work in a 1-8 format, and they're seeded, the winner of 1 and 8, being Recursion, would face the winner of 4 and 5, which is our, and the winner of the 2 and 7 match, which is
Oh,
Gob,
so we
would
could get
face the winner of uh, 3 and 6, which is VCats at this point. So we're getting a rematch of Gob VCats, it's looking like. Either way, we're getting a rematch because Gob did face both VCats and UJO, and Donut Nation is gonna face our, also known as Minute Clan, affectionately by some people in the community. What are your thoughts on both those matches? I'm gonna join TeamSpeak here, but hopefully we get yeah,
right. Okay, we're going to switch over to TeamSpeak. Let's do that.
we're gonna do that. Yeah. Oh, did he switch?
I just unmute the producer mic so it doesn't say anything. Hey, producers off here. We're just going to drag the people in now on TeamSpeak. I will mute the Discord audio and have the audio coming from TeamSpeak.
Okay, there we go. And hopefully they can hear me.
Yes, they should
Hello,
be able to hear.
hello.
They should be
Cool.
able to hear you.
Sick.
Right, we're going to drag the team reps in. Looks like we've got Apollo and is it Lost in Time or is that just Lost here just for...
No,
Lost is not.
No. Well, we have Apollo. We can
no,
swap
he's
with
not.
Apollo.
He's Lost in Time is in UGO.
User was moved to your
Lost is in
channel.
UJO.
I'll quickly just PSP Discord. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome, Apollo.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. It was a really fun match, I gotta say. It's nice to get a W against a really good team.
Speaking of really good teams, you guys played very, very well today. An 8-1 victory, right? That nothing to be sniffed at, right? And there was a clear kill disparity. I said in the pre-match analysis, I pointed out the fact that against Gobs, UGO only had 780 kills, and you guys almost had 1,500. The result, of course, was the same. Gobs beat you both, but there was significantly more kills, and that firepower it's shown shone through today. You've absolutely destroyed them. Why? Was it the combined arms, or was it the logistics, or a combination of things?
It was just, our team, we get better every single week.
Hey, wake
And
up.
we're really starting to gel. I think the last couple
User was
weeks,
moved to
last
your
match was a
channel.
bit different because we were mostly playing for points. So we
Mhm.
played it a little bit differently to make sure that, honestly, we didn't face goblins or recursion again
Mhm.
during this
There wa-
week with the
There
holiday and
was a
everything.
possibility because
Oh, yes, very close.
had you had like fewer points, you would have faced us.
Yeah,
So
so I mean that's why we kind of stuck on tech plant for so long in that match, which obviously makes it very hard to win, I guess. Um, but that kind of decision was made after we had lost Gorge and Center on that match. But this match, it's the playoffs, so it opens up the full playbook. We don't have to worry about points anymore, or where people are going to fall for the next week. We can just play the match as it sees fit. We were a little concerned facing a good NC team this round, but we did have confidence that we had, ironed out the kinks when it comes to our combined arms play, and just a lot of the guys are willing to play together and play well, and take on any role that we need them to, ringers or otherwise. So that's helped us as well, big time.
Okay. Blue Champion is here now for UJO. Obviously, Blue Champion, the FC of UJO. Blue Champ,
Hello.
yo,
commiserations. Unfortunately, of course, you're out of the tournament now. You did well for a brand new team, right? Going into the tournament, a playoff spot, reaching the playoffs is always a good result, especially on Emerald. It's one of the more contested servers, right? There's a few more teams playing. However, today it all seemed to go a bit wrong. I want to dive straight into the map play aspect. We saw a serious risk, a serious gambit, if you will, where at one point in the match, I think it was about 20 minutes or so left on the timer, you had 3 or 4 bases ticking down, and it didn't seem like you could concentrate your forces into the right place. There was a good idea, which was, okay, we've got 4 timers ticking, and then there wasn't an end product. Was that because VKTZ had too much air control? You couldn't move your people around how you'd like, or was there any other factors playing into eventually, of course, what led to the loss?
Yeah, so I think fair play first off to VKTZ. They did a great job tonight.
GG to you as well.
Yeah, it was a really fun match to play, and like you said, Dubness, we had a lot of timers ticking. I think part of it came down to them just having more numbers in the air. We couldn't quite move around like we wanted to, but also their infantry play was pretty stellar,
Hey,
and
wake up.
it's hard to keep bases going when they get wiped, so.
Do you feel like it was just the disparity in firepower which really caused issues for you?
I think it was part of it, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at the VOD again to see exactly kind of what happened.
Of course, of course, of course.
for you, Blue Champion, we have highlighted that you guys had a lot of issues getting Sunderers up, but we also seen
Channel
quite
edited.
a bit of Vanguards lacking, and we know how strong Vanguards are on Nexus. Have you guys tried to pull any when you haven't seen them, or it's just not your strong suit in terms of playing on Nexus with them?
I think armor is definitely one area we're kind of lacking. I think our strengths were definitely in our infantry and air stuff. I probably should have mixed some more vanguards in, but
Yeah, it really seems that way. With brackets aligning as it is, there's kind of a debate in chat. Avenger saying in chat that it's maybe recursion versus VCats next week. Some people saying it's Gob versus VCats. Do you have a preference as to who you'd like to face next week, Apollo?
We don't have a preference, but I believe it is Gobs because I think the bracket is static for playoffs, at least from last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, so it would be fun to have the Gob VCats rematch. Speaking of rematches, what did you guys think of, like, there were so many outfits this season that got rematches off rip all the time. Do you think they have to change maybe the format next year with the bracket points, or would you guys like to see something else for um, the round robin in general, or the Swiss stage? Because we have seen on Emerald, like uh, it was Sin versus Adrenaline facing each other 3 times. I think on Miller there was FU and C facing each other 2 or 3 times. You guys like the Swiss format in general? Not that we've seen 2 seasons of it, right? What did you think about the overall group stage as it is? Like we
I
can
think
go either.
it works well as long as there's enough outfits, right? This year, no servers really had enough outfits. We had 14 on Emerald, and then less on the rest. So if that can improve, then the way it is fine in my opinion. Obviously, you're gonna have a couple people that play each other twice, but yeah, you run into the issue of, say a Gobs and a Recursion getting bracketed together during the qualifying stages, and that's not quite too fair, right?
Hmm.
Somebody would have to kind of manage that, which I don't know if anyone on the dev team's really that knowledgeable, right?
Right, right. I mean, Blue Champ for you, kind of the same thoughts, I guess.
Yeah, I think I share some pretty similar opinions to Apollo. I personally think that it would have been fun to play more teams, right? Just people that I obviously didn't get to play with, whether that be Sin, ADRE, or Recursion when you get to play. And seeing those teams on Nexus would have been cool, but I think it comes down to kind of tournament structure and how they can do that. So
It would be hard to get people, like 48 people playing 2 times a week if you want to have like more matches, let's say.
exactly.
There's enough burnout, I think, for teams as it stands for Alpha Wars in general, and we're playing for 7 weeks. Mind you, there's the training and everything. How was training for UJO in general, Blue Champion, like preparing for each match? How'd you guys go about it? Do you guys have a lot of trainings on Jaeger, let's say, VOD reviews, etc.?
Yeah, so it was actually pretty interesting. Our kind of timeline slash story, I guess. I got put into the FC position, I want to say a week before our first match.
Oh goodness, okay.
Um, and so kind of being introduced to the team and structuring stuff after the first week, we had our 2 daily Jaeger stuff. We had our ops once a week, and then our match. So once I got put in, it was really get up and go time. So
So I actually have a question about your opener, because
Mhm.
understandably VCATs will be a little bit more hesitant to answer questions when it comes to openers. But UGO, you're out of the tournament now. Your opener today, it seemed to be a focus on, I think it was Bitter Gorge, and a bit of a focus at Granite Head. Sorry, yeah, Granite Head. When I looked at it at the start, I was like, this is okay, but there was a serious lack of like logistics, and obviously you lost the air. What was the idea of the opener, and where did it go wrong, except for, of course, air control?
right. So I think for the idea of the opener, I had one of my squads on Bitter Gorge trying to get logistics set up, slash starting that fast cap. One on Granite Head getting that fast cap set up, and I had 2.5 squads in the air. And I don't know if you guys got to see it, but I'm sure Apollo must have noticed the hack on their AA turrets at their home base.
I did not notice, but I was elsewhere the entire match.
We bought our air sometime, but I think their repulls slash pre-pulls or double pulls were just came out and kind of overwhelmed us in the air, unfortunately.
Yeah, it did seem like we got air control relatively quickly in this match, but again, I'm not too sure.
I guess you'd kind of have to look back at the feedback. I mean, UJO, unfortunately, feedback at this point, it's like, you guys are out of the tournament. Did you guys have fun at least?
Oh yeah, we had tons
Throughout?
of fun. We knew going into it was going to be a good match, and we were going to give it our all. But it was tons of fun to play. So
Guys playing on other servers and all? I think maybe Dark is facing off later. I think Verinda and Bread have that match. They're casting it later.
yeah,
You guys playing on other servers too?
I think Korn is running the dark team, so I
Okay.
might hop on for that. But it's kind of split. So
Okay, Eternal, do you have any more questions?
No, I think we've gone through everything for me.
In which case, Blue Champion, any final words?
No, not much. VKTZ, good win.
GG as well. I love how you guys fight to the last second. So that's the matches that we always love to play in. So thank you for that.
Okay.
Of course.
And for myself, a happy new year to everyone. A massive thank you to Zolfa and the rest of the production crew, including Angry Bird, DKC, Infield, Sylvanius, and Sneaky. They were the people making the magic work behind the scenes with the different cameras and the different POVs, as
Good
well as,
work.
of course, the players with Blessed and Naya from UJO, providing those POV perspectives. Thank you very much to everyone for watching, and there'll be some Connery games later tonight.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
Brenda and Brad, yeah, should be casting Unity versus Dark. Should be a good one.
indeed. Otherwise, see you next year.
Yeah. Bye-bye.